Hey guys, welcome back to Not One Videos and Happy New Year. I hope you all had an awesome Christmas. I don't know about you guys, but over the holidays I just took the opportunity to put my feet up, be a bit lazy, and I didn't do any crafting at all. Now, although that seemed like a good idea at the time, I always find it hard to get motivated back into the hobby at the start of the new year. So gladly this year the guild build is back on again, and it gave me an opportunity to do a simple build. And my plan was, because the theme was Bridge Ambush, to take the bridge that I made on the Christmas Crazy Crafter stream with Gerard Boom and do a little samurai versus Ronin diorama, but my daughter had other plans.
It looks great. That's a good bridge for the Billy Goat's Gruff.
I don't think the Billy Goat's Gruff would go on this one. I think I want to save this for a diorama that I want to make of a samurai battle.
Of course, you can make a different bridge for my Billy Goat's Gruff.
Okay.
I'll make a different bridge.
Alright, I'll make a different bridge. Just for you?
Yes.
Alright then. I have to go back to the drawing board. So yeah, no Ronin versus Samurai today, I'm afraid. But the whole thing did kind of make me realise that on this channel I build stuff that I really like. Lord of the Rings, fantasy, D&D. And on the whole time I've been making videos here on YouTube, I haven't once made something specifically for my daughter, and that kind of sucks. And I'm going to rectify that as my first build of the year. So my first build of 2022 is the Ultimate Bridge Ambush Tale, and that is the Troll versus the Billy Goats in the 3 Billy Goats Gruff. And I still think it's going to be a pretty cool diorama. So because this build is for my daughter, I thought I'd get her to help me out with the voiceover. But before we get into that, I just want to say a quick thanks to Longer 3D for sending me out this white ivory resin. Now, this is my first time using non-water washable resins, so to be honest, I found it a bit trickier than what I'm used to. First off, the smell seemed to be quite strong with this stuff, and during the cleanup process I found the resin was quite brittle, so I was having to be super careful to remove the supports without breaking the models. However, this could be because I didn't have the exposure set up correctly, etc. That aside, I managed to get some really nice detailed prints from this resin, so I will be using it again for sure. If you've used this stuff before, let me know in the comments below how to achieve less brittle prints. Okay, on to my daddy-daughter collab voiceover.
Is this you making my bridge?
Yeah, and this is the very first part of the process. We have to carve up the foam, because you can carve the foam off and it makes rock textures.
And why are you brushing it?
So brushing it's a really easy way to get.
And why are you carving it out with cardboard?
Why am I carving it out? This is me making a jig for the bridge. So whenever I carve it in the cardboard, you can put circles, and then you can stick this piece of cardboard.
And why are you so silly?
Just because Daddy's silly. So then you can stick the cardboard onto the foam.
Why are you sticking the cardboard onto the foam?
Well, because, look, you see this machine? That's Daddy's Proxon. And then you can cut out the foam around. Very easy. It means you don't have to cut it with a knife. And this is the way I make a bridge. So if you cut different layers like this, and then you can make the middle section a little bit smaller, like this, it means that you can get different height to the middle section of your bridge. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. And why are you drawing it?
So, because the foam is quite easy to make marks in, it means you can put your bricks in by hand. So if I give you a piece of foam later, you could draw some texture into the foam. Would you like to do that?
I'm not very good at it.
Well, that's what lots of people think whenever they get started, but it's actually really easy. It's less complicated than it looks.
I can't do it with my cuff pencils in my drawer.
You probably could. I could help you with that.
Daddy, why are you gluing it with that?
So the hot glue makes it so I can stick on the bark.
And why are you gluing it?
Why am I gluing it? Because then it doesn't come off. But then whenever you paint over the top of it, it's going to look like... What do you think it looks like?
Bark.
Well, right now it looks like bark, but at the end it's going to look like stones and rocks.
You're putting up your bridge on.
Yep, so I'm just using hot glue because the hot glue dries really, really quickly.
And turned into cold glue.
That's cold glue. So that cold glue is called PVA glue, and it means you can sprinkle on more of the dust.
Why are you making it black?
Because I mix up some black Mod Podge.
And why are you doing it brown?
So the brown's going to be all of the muddy areas. And then do you know what kind of brushing this is called? What is it?
Dry brushing.
Dry brushing, that's right. And then we have to put a wash on it.
A brown wash.
A brown wash, that's right.
And why are you putting glue on it? That glue?
Because then I stick the grass on, but Daddy lost the footage for...
The grass.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And why are you putting some tape on the back?
So, okay, can you see the way I'm mixing the resin here? I have to put the tape on the project so that the resin doesn't fall all over the floor.
Why?
Because Mummy would get very angry at Daddy, I think, if I put resin on the floor.
Why do you have resin mixed up?
Because, look, see, we're putting it into the project, but like it might have...
And why you have a straw?
Because I'm blowing out the bubbles.
And why do you have a candle?
So that's to get rid of the bubbles as well, but I burned the project like a silly Billy.
Why do you burn the project?
Well, I didn't mean to. So apparently you guys like seeing the mistakes too. Whenever I was popping the bubbles with the flame, I melted the bridge, a big section out of it right there. So I've just glued in another piece of XPS foam roughly in the shape, and I will recarve it, repaint it, and hopefully it'll look okay. But I'm an idiot.
What are you doing?
So this part is, I'm just recarving the texture into the foam.
And you were drawing.
Well, painting it. So then it's time to put on some grass tufts, and what does that look like?
It looks like buses.
Yeah, isn't it cool?
Oh, that was beautiful. I want to do that. Blah! Why are you squeezing into a cup?
So that is clear fix, and then I mix it up with some alcohol, and this means that I can put some waves and ripples on top of the water in the resin. So you just mix it around. Look at that. Do you think that looks like real water?
Yes.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? That's one of my favorite new techniques. And then the bridge is all mended up.
And where are the goats and the troll?
Oh, so the goats and the troll are coming next. Daddy has to paint them up.
You'll paint my trolls and then you're going to paint my goats?
Yep.
You'll paint them for me?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah. Why you paint them?
Well, because we've got to get them nice colours, but I was kind of hoping it would be a surprise. Can you go to the living room?
Are you going to get them to me?
I will get them to you when they're done.
Are we finished?
Well, first you have to take off all of the tape. And see this part here? This is so that you don't cut your finger on the resin, because it's got a sharp edge sometimes along there.
Yeah, did you cut your finger?
I have cut my finger before. Ta-da! What's on it? Tell me about it.
Goats and a troll.
Goats and a troll.
Now how do we play with it?
The mummy goat and the baby goat are on this side. They've already got across.
So the daddy goat's going because he's the biggest.
Oi, who's that trapping across my bridge?
It's me, daddy goat.
Oh, you do look tasty. I'm gonna eat you as a lamb kebab.
No, I'm going to throw you off the bridge.
No, you ain't. Oh! Splush.
Again. Whole story again.
Oh, we could be here all day. So there we go. Where'd he go? Oh, I've actually just broken the leg off the troll. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying about this resin being quite brittle. But it could just be the settings that I'm using. So if you know anything about how I can set it up properly to get less brittle prints, please let me know in the comments below. The reason why I didn't glue this onto the bridge was because I want to use the bridge for D&D as well. So yeah, I should have probably just glued it in though. This whole project, as you know, was part of the Tabletop Crafters Guild build, and we went through all of the results on this last night on the Crazy Crafter live stream, which you can still check out. So if you want to see all of those awesome builds, head over there and check that out. Next month, the guild build is going to be hosted here on Nat One Videos, and the theme is Woodland Shrine. So if you want to get involved with the build and create a woodland shrine, basically whatever those words conjure up in your head, build that and enter them in on the Tabletop Crafters Guild. Check out the announcements for the rules of the build, and yeah, it's open to anyone who is part of the Tabletop Crafters Guild, so come on over to there and see what that's all about. Before I go, guys, massive thank you as always to my patrons who you can see on the screen right now. And yeah, I'll be doing a few updates this week for you guys, so keep an eye out for that. All the best, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.